What's up, guys? So let's talk about a training method that is highly overlooked and underutilized, and that is stretch-mediated hypertrophy. Now, the reason this method of training is pretty much avoided by most is because just like controlling your eccentric, it forces you to reduce the weight, which a lot of people just cannot handle. Now, stretch-mediated hypertrophy refers to the idea that muscles grow more effectively when they're challenged in their length and their stretch position under load. And while most people focus on squeezing or contracting the muscle at the top of the rep, we now know that loading a muscle in the stretch position is more effective for driving hypertrophy. Here's why this matters. When you load a muscle in its lengthened position, think about the bottom of a dumbbell fly or an incline curl or a deep RDL, you increase mechanical tension, recruit more muscle fibers, and generate a deeper muscle stimulus. This doesn't just create fatigue, it sends a stronger growth signal by targeting areas of the muscle that were harder to reach with standard short-end range of motion training. So how would you apply this in your training? Start by choosing exercises that place the target muscle under tension in the stretch position. A few examples include exercises like cable flies for chest, incline dumbbell curls for biceps, overhead tricep extensions for triceps, and seated hamstring curls for hamstrings. Basically, the movements where the resistance curve is hardest in the deep stretch position. Next, slow down your eccentric, lower the weight with control, and don't rush through the stretch. In fact, take a slight pause in the stretch position to allow for both sides to have an effective symmetrical stretch stimulus and equal contractile force when starting your shortening portion. Now, this means that every rep that you do, you're trying to make sure that it's the same full range of motion, so you're making sure every single rep recruits as many muscle fibers as possible, ensuring you're getting the most out of every repetition. If you don't hit full range of motion on one of the reps, don't count it. Make yourself accountable for every rep. Honestly, you'll be shocked at the stimulus when you stop focusing on the squeeze and start giving the stretch the attention it deserves. Still skeptical? I've included the most recent studies on stretch-mediated hypertrophy and full range of motion below. But honestly, try it for yourself. When you go train today, don't skip out on the last few inches of the deep stretch because I promise you that's where the real growth lies.